Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to a Yu-Gi-Oh game of my own creation in a way. I want to set the scene, which is that old school Yu-Gi-Oh used to be really interesting and fun and like cool and kind of slow paced, and it really appealed to me, especially when I was a kid, to play with what people would consider now like jank ass dog cards that are just not good. And where Yu-Gi-Oh ended up is still interesting, but where it used to be was also really interesting. And in my mind, they're almost like two different games, and that gives like the rise to the old GOAT format comes back, stuff like that. But what I also enjoy is roguelike card games, Slay the Spire, Across the Obelisk, things like this. So what I managed to sort of build and manufacture through Master Duel, through Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, and through the old like DM3 Dark Duel story games is a roguelike Yu-Gi-Oh game. I've even come up with some rules. You progress through the Dark Duel stories. You get 3 lives per game, not per duel, per like entire game. This will make sense when we go to a thing in a sec. You get gems and cards as you progress. The gems buy packs. The packs could have anything in them, which then gives the roguelike aspect of different runs will have different cards. We're not going to do any other runs, that's it. Just whatever else is normal. But there are options to do variant runs in the future. So having moved that out of the way, I'll show you the shop. We start with Legend of the Blue Eyes because the packs progress in chronological order. This released in March 2002. It has these cards in at these rarities. We crack open 10 packs. We build an absolutely dog deck like you would when you were a kid and you've just got actual junk. Then, once we've built our deck, we will go into the solo progression area. We will fight through DM3, the Dark Duel stories, and for this whole series of duels, this entire video game, we will have 3 lives, which I'll track in my username. The duels get harder as you go along, but obviously the cards get better as you unlock new packs, which you do by like buying enough of the old packs. And in my mind, this ends up making a really sick game. The thing that got me most on this was that Yu-Gi-Oh! Released like an old remaster of like the original stories. I forget what they actually called it, but it was like the old games that I used to play on like my Game Boy Advance and like not even my DS because it was older than those. But it felt interesting to play those old games, but the interfaces are tired and the UI is clunky and the gameplay is awkward and the rules aren't quite right. But using Master Duel, which like automates all the rules properly, it's kind of sick actually. So it looks like we have 4 ultra rares, 2 super rares, and just 4 normal packs. We'll crack open some of these packs, we'll have a look at some of these cards, and I don't know if this is going to end up like borderline podcasty, just put it on, eat your dinner, whatever. But we'll have a look at these. Oh, Aquamador is huge. Oh, we've accidentally gone into the next pack. That's my bad. I would have liked to have talked about the cards just a little bit more. Because if I left click, it opens them, and if I right click, it moves them away. But like, you would never in a million years play Frenzied Panda in anything. But in this little sub-economy of these roguelike runs, it's actually a decent card in the early game before you get other cards, because like you can see, it's like the Dark King of the Abyss but slightly stronger. Turtle Tiger looks pretty good, which is crazy to say. Some stuff's still bad, like even these equips that only go on zombies are still quite bad. The fusions are just, it's too many cards to make a guy that's got 1500 attack, but you know, there's an argument sometimes that they might be playable. Oh, Pot of Greed, what an open. M-Warrior, I remember this card. I have some in the corner of my room in a folder somewhere because no one in their right mind would ever buy an M-Warrior, so you just end up with this chaff that you have from your old packs. But I wouldn't say that I played Yu-Gi-Oh! After like 2008. So for me, these like old junk garbage cards are the only cards I've ever really known. I did buy a couple of the modern structured decks, but I'm like, this is quick. Every now and then I'll watch like the whatever the name for the big tournament or the Yu-Gi-Oh players play, and I'm like, oh man, what they are doing looks crazy. Hane is pretty good. It's like borderline removal, but not quite. But in these early packs, in these early releases of Yu-Gi-Oh, you are really suffering for any kind of interaction with the opponent. So a couple of Hanes go a long way. Show me a Dark Hole, please. Oh, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's Red Eyes, which is juicy, but that's a lot of tributes to put into that. A little dragon there. Oh, Witty Phantom's big. Mystical Elf is huge. That's just a wall the opponent will struggle to get through. Gaia the Fierce Knight is bordering on junky. It's worse than the Red Eyes we opened. So I'm probably not going to play both of them, but one of them will make it in, I think. Fissure is huge. It's just, you know, you just kill a face-up monster your opponent has, lowest attack. If they've only got one monster, that cleans out the only thing they have. Interaction is desperate. The central bit of Exodia with no arms and legs, that's going to be an ask. Alright, show me some juice. 2 more packs, then we have a deck build to make, and then we start progressing. Hopefully, wow, Dark Hole, just as we asked for. Final Flame's potentially playable as a finisher, but I would rather just have a moderately statted monster like Terror the Terrible. But we'll find out. But it's, I don't know, for me, this is huge. Just seeing like the junk cards, giving them a use. Flame Swordsman still doesn't have a use. Last Ultra Rare. We're incredibly lucky to have got 4 Ultras. Oh, there's a super hidden in here as well. Show me another Dark Hole. Celtic Guardian's not bad, unironically, and you'll see what I mean when we do the second Exodia chest. We have a good set of cards here to build a deck with. The Pot of Greeds I'm happy with, some good statted monsters, double Hane, Fissure, Dark Hole. I'm feeling good about this specific run, and because it's roguelike, like if it goes well, if we get lucky, if we get unlucky, we might die. These cards will all go in the bin, wipe the slate completely clean, back to the start, fresh cards, fresh everything. Red Eyes can go in, Celtic, Witty Phantom, Giant, Typhoon, Terror, 3 Pandas, Aquamador. The Grave is fine. Dark King of the Abyss is fine. She's a fish, he's a winged beast. Misaki and the fish can go in. Unironically, Exodia can go in as a beater, it's quite funny. Dark Hole, Fissure, Pot of Greed. And then things get awkward, right? Because we're like out of reasonable cards. She can go in with 23 out of 40, and it's already like, do I want to be playing a Fiend Reflective Mirror? Sure. Do I want to play a Turtle Tiger? Sure. Do I want to play Ray and Temperature? Not really. Flame Manipulator's even worse. Larvass. Oh, the Hanes can go in, obviously. But do you see what I mean about opening these old packs? You end up with cards you're like, oh, Frenzied Panda I'm happy to open and play for a while in the early game. Because we're going to end up with much worse cards than him in here. We have Zombies, Fiends, Spellcasters, couple of Winged Beasts, couple of Beasts, Dragon, Winged Beast, Thunder, Dinosaur, Zombie, and Rock. We don't even have a lot of these cards, but I think we might end up playing Dragon, Winged Beast, and Thunder. Do we even have any of those? There's a Winged Beast. There's a Winged Beast. And there's a Dragon. There's 3 of those for that field card. That doesn't look good. Dinosaur, Zombie, and Rock. 2 zombies. Dinosaur, Zombie, and Rock. Oh, Christ. We don't have many of those either. Maybe we'll have some more in here. So looking for like dinosaurs. There's some dinosaurs. 3 of those. Alright, Dinosaur, Zombie, and Rock. You can go in. We'll use the little filter. We'll filter by Zombie. Why is that not in alphabetical order? Zombie, Dinosaur, and Rock. Okay. Oh, those are all of them. Okay, never mind. This is the crafting screen, because you can obviously... The way I've set it up, you can tweak the numbers yourself. This is like my build of code. You can destroy a card to get one little like neutral common gem, and if you get 10 you can craft something, but we'll not worry about that. We just need to put cards in until we have a deck of cards, and it's grim. We're playing Flame Manipulator, we're playing Root Waters, we're playing Lavass, we're playing 2 more cards. Final Flame might make it in. Dragon Capture Jar could theoretically make it in. Warriors, insects, fairies, dragons. Good God. I think just 2 more slightly bad cards make it in. We'll go for... what do we even put in here? It's so bad. I'm going to go for Kumo Tuko because he's got 1400 defense and a one-eyed shield. Oh, the shield dragon doesn't have to go in. Alright. First packs. We save this. Now we slam these first packs into the Dark Jewel stories. DM3 Dark Jewel stories. One by one, you play every jewel that was in that ye old game. The first jewels, if we have a look at the opponent's deck, are just as bad cards as what we have, even worse, like 500 attack beaters. You cruise through them for a bit, you get a couple of jewels in, and you're facing stronger decks that have like the opportunity to at least Dark Hole. They have stuff that can attack directly. They can Magician of Faith bring back the Dark Hole, so at least they can fight. You get a couple more in, and you're playing something that has a potential win condition in Exodia. It has board wipes. It has a 2000 defense golem. And then you go a little bit further in towards like the end over here. We'll have a look at like a boss here. Guy's got triple Rejeki, swords, change of heart. He's got 2000 attack beaters. So you need to buy more and more packs quickly, because as the enemies get stronger, you need to get stronger too. So we'll equip our deck. We'll queue up against the first little jewel, and we're just going to see how it goes. At the end of the duel, we'll get some gems if we win, but we're going to be playing with dirt tier garbage cards from my childhood that, if you're still here watching this 12 minutes in, I'm assuming are either also from your childhood, or at least you're curious about. And we top deck a Woody Phantom, which is absolutely gigantic. 1400 attack, blows everything else we have out of the water. Slam him down, he'll tip his hat, and he's going to destroy that frog, pass the turn. And it's just this, like, playing with garbage cards, giving it like a roguelike energy where you start with limited options, work your way up. In my opinion, like, changes everything. And if you're out there, Konami, send me an email, let me know, because you've released the old games again. You've made some money off of that, that's fair enough. I think there's, everyone's loving roguelike games right now. I think there's a big market for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Roguelike using the garbage old cards that progresses up. And, I've been hitting my own head against this, finding the right balance, getting the right feel for stuff, enjoying it thoroughly. For like 8 months I've had this stuff going. So, shoot me an email and I could maybe help with that. But also, nobody that's an exec at Konami is watching this, but it is what it is. Let them know, maybe. Be like, Konami, give us a roguelike Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. We're tired of just copy and pasting meta decks from Master Duel and bashing our heads into the wall. We want to have some fun. You know what I mean? As predicted, the first opponent isn't really a challenge, because otherwise the runs would die way too quick. But if you do open actual dog packs, you can lose a couple lives early on. Get a couple of rewards. What do we got? Gem card. We open a Hinotama Soul. That's no good to me. So we will go into the next deck, and immediately it's the tiniest bit stronger. Like, it has Mukas. These could drop down at like 1500 attack and we just can't compete. Dark Hole offers it the board wipe. First opponent is actually harmless. Like, no monsters, no abilities, no effects, no anything. So immediately, second duel, We've got risk. Things could go wrong. If he drops a Muka Muka with a big hand, and we have a hand like this, like how do we compete? I'm going to start with one of my Phantoms of the Abyss. I know that the Witty Phantom is bigger, but if he just goes like Muka Swing, which he's done, that's funny. He's gained 400 life, which shrinks the Mukas. It's made it worse. We're on the back foot. It's looking grim already. We need Fissure. We need Dark Hole. We need something. We've got a call of the thing. I'll trade... it's a slightly more defense. I'll trade a couple of cards to stabilize my life for a little bit. But this is going to get scary. We only have a limited number of cards in our deck that can deal with a Muka Muka of that size. And have you, in your entire life, of like especially modern Yu-Gi-Oh, have you ever been scared of a Muka Muka? Because I am right now. This thing is terrifying. It's got 1800 attack, which is a joke by modern standards. The game would be over. It's turn 6. He's Hain-Haining me! Oh, he Hain... What the hell? He Hain-Hained himself to make the Muka Muka bigger. That's baffling. You could have just not played it. Saki the Legendary Swordsman. Alright, we're going to go a little bit aggressive more here. We're still just buying time with our life points. But I'll kill the Hain-Hain. I'll get my king back. It shrinks a card out of his gameplay cycle. And that feels good to me. It's going to take us some damage here. But we're just like... That's so funny. He played 200 burn, which shrinks the Muka by 300. He's played a double. The Muka's getting within reach. This is why we didn't open with the Witty Phantom. As you can see, I got some instincts from like playing these runs. We can Dark King, kill the woman. It also reduces the damage we take by about 1200. Gives us more time to stabilize, find one of our answers. Give us like a Hain-Hain, give us a Fissure, give us a Dark Hole, give us anything. Because we're just starved for interaction. If he keeps playing things as he draws them, the Muka will never shrink. Go in with a Ray and Temperature. That'll offset the damage by about 1000. Kill another one of his cards. We're not going to win this race, but it's better than playing it face down, in my opinion. That's a lot of damage. The clock's... Oh, double Muka Muka! We need Dark Hole so badly. Heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards. It's a goddamn fish. Oh, okay. Now there's no damage stabilization. Now we just put one face down and pray that we don't lose the game. There's an argument to put something more defensive down. Oh, 600 can't get through, so we're okay. 1800 can, 1800 to me. This is possibly our last draw of the game. Show me a Dark Hole. 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 It's a goddamn fish! My summoning ritual for the Heart of the Cards is off. There is no way we survive this, I don't think. But a Panda in defense hits me. I'm pretty sure we're dead. Ooh, the tribute is big. We're still dead, probably. We're still dead, yeah. Alright. Now you're seeing it. 1 life down. This little grass 3 out of 3. We're gonna have to retreat with our tail between our legs. We died. We get a mini reward after dying. 50 gems. That might be the difference between a pack or not. So let me just go into my little profile. And I like that I had to rewrite the whole thing, but we'll do it. 2 lives left. What we got? 600 gems. So what we could do is buy a couple of packs just to get us by. But obviously you're incentivized to save up for this 1000 with a guaranteed super rare. But what's the point saving up if you're going to lose the run? You know what I mean? So I might buy 1 or 2 packs here. See if we can find some interaction. See if we can find something big enough to hold off the Hain-Hains. Not the Hain-Hains, the Muka Mukas, sorry. Some of this stuff has better stats than what we have in the deck. So that's a start. Here's also the argument for these actual dog equip cards, is that you can you know, play a mediocre card, put 2 equips on it, and it's big enough now. But this didn't help us enough, I don't think. So I will buy another pack. Ooh, an ultra. Show me like a Rejeki or something. Give me something huge. Give me something galactic. Oh, the key. Oh, we called it and here it is. Show me something else huge. Oh, it's big as well. Alright, all of a sudden, we feel like we have more interaction. We feel like we have more options. Also, low-key, this mermaid is big. 1200 attack is considerably bigger than anything else we have. And this triggers the progression system of the thing. We have more than half of the cards, which means we unlock the next chronological set of cards. June 2002. Is that backwards? March. Okay, yeah, June is... I thought it said 2003. But anyway, Metal Raiders is the next set. Comes out with new cards, new monsters, new stat blocks. Some of the cards in here are a lot bigger than what we have, or have even been able to see before. You know, you got big defensive walls like the Prevent Rat. You got the big guy with a sword, 1500 attack. You know, I'm gonna buy 1 pack of Metal Raiders, and then we'll start saving up for the 10 packs to guarantee some super rares. Immediately, that's big. Oh, Prevent Rat. So all of a sudden, we called it. We said we wanted it. This Prevent Rat with its 2000 defense could have held the line from those Muka Mukas. Mushroom Man is bigger than most of our beaters, but it does weird stuff. A player controlling this monster loses 300 life during each of his standby. Control of this card is shifted to your opponents by paying 500 life. Do I have to do that? Is that optional? Has anyone even read Mushroom Man before? Who knows, but his stat block's big enough to entice me. A little swordsman. So if we have him and a tribute, this guy's suddenly 1500, which is huge. The lizard is 1500, that's huge. The princess has a flip effect, that's not bad. 1450 on a beat stick. These are some big cards. So we go back. We lost a life. Let's do some deck tweaking. And let's order by obtained order, so we have the newest cards. Let's slam most of those in. This is where things get interesting as well. Fire monsters gain 500 attack. So on its own, this thing has 1100 attack, but it griefs water monsters, so we're going to want to cut some of them fish out of this deck. We might also want to have a look for fire cards like Flame Manipulator that are just as good as the Root Water Fish, but we do want to cut water cards wherever possible now. Twin-Headed Dragon is not good anyway. Turtle Tiger is fine to leave in because it's a defensive card anyway. Do you have any other fire cards to go with our thing? Not really. So that's pretty sad actually. We have the fire one of these that buffs fire monsters and nothing else. We'll take one last little look around for whatever our worst card might be. It's looking like it's Larvass. The deck's a lot stronger than it was. Like our lowest beat stick is like 1100 attack. The Rejeki is big and the Monster Reborn is big. Do I take the Mushroom Man? I don't believe that I understand how he works, so I'm scared of him. She has a flip effect that does damage. I think we're okay without her, though. Alright, back into solo duels, back into DM3. We're 1 life down, we're 1 duel in. It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. But, you know, we earned some gems from the first duel. We've now spent the gems. We've been humbled. Let's try and get it on the revenge. This is again an awful starting hand. We're looking for interaction. We've got none. I'm just going to open with a Hitotsu Mi Giant. And we're just going to pray he doesn't have Muka Muka. But here comes the Muka, as you'd always expect from this second duel. Show me Fisher. Show me Dark Hole, show me Rejeki. Show me something. Oh, it's a bug. This is tough. I think in the sake of card advantage versus life points, we will sacrifice a panda to take some less damage. And we just pray he plays those cards that grief him. The cards like where it does 200 damage to me, and then it's in the bin, and then Mooka is smaller. How are we going to shrink his hand? How are we going to... Oh, that's huge! The armored lizard. I will go the Kumu Toko. And I'll leave him. I'll see if he wants to tribute something. Maybe exploit like a weakness in the AI logic of the opponent. He attacked with the weak one first, hoping to get through with the Mooka, but he wasn't strong enough. Mooka's still big. Mooka's going to be the same size unless something happens. This is where playing something to hit his thing can reduce damage, sort of. If you just play things in face down, none of his cards die and he can keep hitting you with them. But obviously, this is going to hurt. Ooh, ouch. The little 400 doesn't hurt as much. Go on, Rejeki, 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 Swordsman. Another angle for killing these every turn is if we top deck Fisher, it kills the lowest. So we do need to start clearing these out as best we can. Problem is, there's so goddamn many of them. Funnily enough, the race, we're in 400 points of it. We're about to take like 1500 damage. But just racing through the Mooka looks like it might be an option, potentially as well. Oh, it's a jar. Playing the 400 to reduce that by 300 is crazy. Exodia doesn't help. We don't have the arms or legs. I think we just keep killing stuff and praying. Praying for the top deck. Praying for the interaction. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Oh god, it hurts. I think we have one, maybe. Oh, we have no turns left. We need an answer. We need it now. That's the double Mooka. Monster Reborn is big, but nowhere near big enough. Does he have anything worth bringing back? Do we have anything worth bringing back? I don't think we do. Nothing will survive long enough. The Reborn opens the possibility of like Reborn plus something tribute into Black Dragon, but we have no board for it. Typhoon will buy us one more turn, I think. 400 into the Typhoon. Mooka kills it. Mooka maybe kills me. No, Mooka kills me. We could have Reborned to buy a turn, but that wouldn't have helped. Oh man, I swear the runs, you know, sometimes they go better than this. We had good cards as well. 30 gems, that doesn't even buy a pack. Into the profile. Oh. We're on our last life and we have like 22 duels left to do. One thing that I just want to talk about randomly as an aside while I think about how we survive the Mookas is I did make some structure and starter decks, one for each element and one just out of my favorite cards of all time, and then one that is a one-to-one copy of, if you were a kid you would have bought this Kaiba deck as a kid. And you can theoretically just start your run with one of these for 1500 gems instead of buying 10 packs. That's like a whole different energy because the quality in here is a lot higher. Like you've got like Legends and Battle Oxes and stuff, which is so funny to say, right? Because you've just watched me lose game to Mooka. You're watching me main deck stuff like Root Water. Legend is not a good card, but in the context of these runs, it's absolutely huge. It carries you for like 50 duels. Similarly, I built my own structure decks for each element. So for example, if we have a look at the fire deck, you get 50 fire themed cards, a little extra deck, a little polymerization. You can make these fusions and they might be worth it. You get the little volcano fire field, but the cards are still kind of bad. You start with like Hino Tamla Soul, you start with like a Flame Manipulator, you start with like a Raimundos of the Red Sword, you start with like a Giga Wolf. Firecracker is huge, which is again hilarious to say because it's junk. It's actually a junk card in the real world, but in the context of these runs, it's huge. And you have but you have a reasonable amount of interaction to play with. So what we've done is the danger run where you start with 10 packs, but I love cracking packs. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of which, I'm going to open a couple more packs and pray for some card quality that will carry us through these Muka Mukas that are beating us to death. Alright, so in here we have a Moth doesn't help, Doma doesn't help, Thunder Dragon doesn't help, Rabbit Horseman doesn't help. This is huge, 1600 attack. Mushroom Man I don't like the look of. Jinzo can go directly. A non-machine monster attacking Steel Scorpion will be destroyed at the second turn after the attack. This is so bad, but it's so playable. Because what have we just done? We've just played like 15 turn duels where Muka Muka just beats us to death slowly. If we main deck this Steel Scorpion, and Muka Muka is not a machine, I'm pretty sure, it's a bug of some kind. This can kill it. This can get us out of the Muka hole. So we need to mentally make a note, Steel Scorpion, put it in the deck. Let's look for some more interaction. What's funny is that Muka Muka dodges Trap Hole, so that's awkward for us as well. How better to counter it than with a Muka Muka of my own? Interesting. Dark monsters are boosted. We have a lot of those. A Lizard Warrior with 1400 attack. If this does damage, your opponent discards a card, we're so in. These are hard counters to Muka Muka. Because he will play that second card that goes on the field and just sits there and is not very good. And we have been hitting them, and the Magician is strong enough to hit through that. Pale Beast is huge. That's 1500 attack. Shield and Sword is a possibility because we have Prevent Rats and things with 2000 defense. Muka Muka will stay the same size. The Bug is big. That's 1500 attack. Alright, last pack. And then we're going to do some deck tweaks. And if I lose again to Muka Muka, it's the end of the video. If we beat Muka Muka, it's still the end of the video, but at least on a positive note. Can attack directly. Big Eye. Look at the top 5 cards. Place them in any order. That can find me... This is so good. This is the perfect example of an awful card that is huge right now. It can look 5 cards deep. We've spent the whole... 1200 attack is as good as the crap that we're playing anyway. But it can dig to find a Rejeki. It can look 5 cards deep. Oh, we're so in. We're so in. We are so in. Alright, Bug Eye goes in. Tongyo is water, but we're abandoning this fire sub-theme because we have a dark sub-theme now. Tongyo goes in. Big Brain... Pale Beast goes in. Bug Machine goes in. False Trap doesn't help. Sword and Shield... it can go in, but I'm not feeling good about it. Soul Soother, Ancient Warrior goes in. Magician goes in. Muka Muka goes in. Princess that buffs Dark Monsters goes in. Gigantic Bird goes in. Steel Scorpion goes in. What gets cut? We're looking for maybe light cards? Yeah, Ray and Temperature is not very good. Kumo Tuko doesn't buy us any time. The Giant is turning out to be bad now that it's getting replaced. Fiend Reflection is a light card. The Pandas are not great. Oh, the Swordsman is worse than the Panda. And I think we've cut some of the worst cards from here. We're looking like a lot more dinosaur zombies and rocks as well. I feel like I just put some zombies in. Maybe not. I felt like we did. So maybe the Wastelands are not very good for us either. I suppose since we don't have any water cards, we could put the 2 Chimeras in, and if we happen to find them, they do navigate themselves to be a moderate size. Big Eye is in, that's for sure. Alright, the Larval Moth, that doesn't do anything for us. The Mushroom Man doesn't do anything for us. Jinzo doesn't do anything for us. Alright. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling so ready to beat the second duel of the first game of like 400 duels worth of content. We have 1 life. Even if we beat this, we have 1 life to get to the end. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. We've suffered way too much. But I'm going to beat this goddamn Muka Muka guy. I hope he draws one, and I hope we kill it. Because if we beat him and he just doesn't draw a Muka Muka, that will be awkward. Oh, the little swordsman. Okay, 400 life. That's the perfect opener for me. His hand is so small. Also, we're going second, so his hand is even smaller. Reject key! It's so on. We're going to go in first with the bug machine and just beat his card to death. He puts the bug machine back in my hand. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Because if he plays a Muka Muka right now, it's going to be small. It's not going to be big enough. It's not big enough. It's only 1500. We could trade it for the bug, which based on how scary the Muka Muka's been so far, I'm pretty happy to do. We also just drew a second 1500 beater. We can't offer that as a tribute. There is some insane line of play where you go swordsman, swap the attack and defense, tribute a card, and he becomes 2000 attack, which is absolutely huge. But I think I will slam the bug machine into Muka Muka. And we have defeated one of his 3 Muka Mukas, and his hand is small. It's going. It's so going. We're so back in. The game lives. 600. That's not good enough. It hurts, but it's not good enough. I'm holding the final flame in case we top deck Muka Muka. Call of the Grave. Our 13th grave, actually. I am going to open with that and not my best card, in case I need this to trade with a Muka Muka slightly later on. I've always felt like being tentative with your assets is important in games like this. And if you show too much too early, you can just lose. Mystical Elf will keep a Muka Muka at bay. I will go in for the lizard now. We'll open with the smaller guy, believing his defense isn't very good, and it isn't. Smack. Oh, it goes. It goes. It goes. Turtle Tiger's not very good. We will keep going for a beatdown. We've got Exodia on the beatdown brigade now. Ninja doesn't help him. Destroy a spell card. Doesn't matter. Because we don't even have any. Even if he somehow poses a comeback, which it doesn't look like he can do, we have Rojeki. The one-sided board wipe. Greatest card of all time. I think he might be dead, but we'll find out. If I do go Mystical Elf, Sword and Shield, how much attack does that actually gain me? We're losing 600 to gain 2000. We could just play 1000, so probably not worth it. Rejecting the face down was actually an argument there to just zero risk end the game. We're in! Let's go! In what other game have I ever been this hype about cards from 2003 that are objectively dog, carrying me to 200 gems, which is like 1.5 packs? And now it's scary, right? Because all of that was to defeat Jewel 2. If we have a look at Jewel 3, what's she got? Harpy's Feather Dusters doesn't affect us too much. Electric Whip, Harpy Armor, Mountains. Increase the attack of dark monsters. The theoretical possibility to summon a Harpy's Pet Dragon that has like... because she has the Elegant Egotist. If a Harpy Lady's on the field, summon a Harpy Lady or Harpy Sister from the hand or deck. So she has the opportunity to put down a bunch of Harpy Ladies that are quite big, but not quite quite as big as what we're playing now. They were bigger than when we were Frenzied Panda 1200, but now we're like Bug Machine 1500. This duel is losable, but probably not. So I'm going to do a little celebration field lap. We're going to beat this, and then I'll call the end of the video, and further progression of this specific run, and then progression of other runs will be in other videos too. Let me know in the comments if this is something that interests you. I will put in the description options of how to set something like this up, and if you guys want to play this at home, you can. You guys just want to watch me play it, you can. You guys never want to see this again, let me know. Put it in the comments. Be like, I don't like card games, I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't want to watch this, and you guys can help dictate the direction and progression of the channel. But I love this kind of stuff so much that it'll be a tough argument. We'll put the bug down, beat him down with the Pale Beast. This Pale Beast was one of my favorite cards as a kid. It had it had like reasonable stats. Like 1500 is clearly not the worst stat line in the game, but it is rubbish. Alright, here we actually use one of our most defensive cards in offense, because there's 1200 attack and nothing else is close. We just beat him to death. If we play something face up, it gets fissured. If we play something face down, we might even hit him with the red eyes here. That'd be juicy. See a little entrance animation? We'll do that. Monster Reborn, it's so on. So we're gonna summon, tribute these guys, make a red eyes. You ever see somebody tribute 2 monsters to summon red eyes before? I bet you've not seen that in 10 years. We will bring back the Pale Beast, the favourite card from my childhood. Actually, I'd say Dark Blade is my favourite card. Another like 1800 beat stick that does literally nothing. Beast to get me through the defender. Thank you. Red eyes for the finisher. Let's go! We're 3 jewels deep, we've only lost 2 lives. Only lost 2 lives. Show me some good rewards. Gems, that's fine. 150 is like a pack and a half. And that opens the door to Jewel 4, which is themed around Mako Tsunami. Looks like ass, but it has the potential to make a Fortress Rail, which, as you're aware, we don't have a lot of answers to deal with. So the question this duel asks is like, if I play Fortress Whale Oath and put a Fortress Whale down, do you lose? The other question is like, can a Starboy finish the game? You know, 2 Starboys and an Umi, and he's looking at a couple of 1700, 1800 beat sticks that we have to answer that we probably can't. But 3 jewels in, 2 lives lost, a lot of deck building, a lot of pack opening. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's probably one of the series that I would be the most excited to record for this channel, because I love roguelike games, I love Yu-Gi-Oh!, I love card games, and I love the nostalgia trip of using absolutely awful cards from ancient history to progress through a game that is also from ancient history. But thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.